Yo, the NBA playoffs are literally right around the corner. Man, I mean, there's only a handful of games left between now and the play-in tournament before things get real in the NBA. As the regular season gets close to the end, here are the 5 most important players, teams, and developments to keep an eye on before the championship chase. But before we begin, go ahead and take a quick second and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay on the top of the latest NBA news. Thank you so much, and back to the video. Number 1 is Khris Middleton's shooting. Khris Middleton's offensive presence could be the difference maker for the Bucks in the playoffs. The Bucks just got crushed by the Celtics, even though it's safe to say that they have been the best team in the NBA for most of the year. Now, after a New Year's Day loss, the Bucks have gone 32-9 since January 2nd. Now, they're the only team with at least 30 wins and less than 10 losses in that time. And get this, they've done it with their second best player, Khris Middleton, still working his way back into form. Middleton has played in only 31 games this season, but he's still recovering from that injury that kept him out of the second round playoff loss to Boston last year. He's averaging his fewest points since 2017 and his worst 3-point shooting percentage since his rookie year. Now, a level rust, I mean, that's to be expected, and Middleton has otherwise, he looked quite solid though. If his outside shot fully comes back though, watch out, man. Now, if the Bucks have a weakness, I mean, it's their half-court offense. It can kind of get bogged down against good defenses, and they desperately missed Khris Middleton as an offensive threat last playoffs. The Bucks offense has already looked a lot better just with his presence on the floor. If he shoots anywhere near his career averages moving forward, which is around 39%, the Bucks, man, they could become much more dangerous than they already are. Number 2, the status of Andrew Wiggins. The Warriors starting 5 of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney has the best net rating of any 5-man squad that's played at least 200 minutes together this season. It's basically been the best starting lineup in the NBA this year. Obviously, Wiggins should take as much time as he needs to deal with what is clearly a serious issue. As it relates to the basketball court, it may not be a stretch to say that the Warriors should be the favorites in the Western Conference if Andrew Wiggins returns. The re-addition of Gary Payton II gives the team so much needed depth, and Steph, Klay, and Dre remain incredible. Get this, Steph, Klay, and Dre have not lost a playoff series in which all 3 of them played every game since 2015. That's crazy, man. But if they want to win a championship this year, I mean, they're going to need Andrew Wiggins, though. I mean, his perimeter defense was critical in last year's title run, and he was able to create shots in the half court. For all of the Warriors' struggles this year, they are still in a position to make some noise in the postseason at full strength. Wiggins' return would be a game changer for sure, man. Number 3, the Pelicans roller coaster. This season for the Pelicans has been very weird, to say the least. The Pelicans looked very impressive to start the season. They had Zion Williamson, he was balling out of control, and the team built off last year's strong finish. Then Zion and Brandon Ingram both missed a lot of time due to injuries, and the team never really quite got back on track. On January 13th, New Orleans was 26-17. Then they had lost 10 games in a row. Just a couple weeks ago, they dropped to a season worst 4 games under 500 after losing to the Rockets. But since then, the Pelicans have won 6 of their last 7, and as of right now, while I'm shooting this video, they are currently in the 8th seed. Now, at worst, they are a play-in team in the whole crowded Western Conference right now. And also, you got to remember, the Pelicans were an incredibly tough out last year against the number 1 seed Phoenix Suns in the first round of the playoffs. New Orleans is a well-coached team. They play tough, they're physical, with 2 solid half-court scorers in Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. Their recent stretch makes you dream that Zion was coming back. He hasn't played since January 2nd, and counting on him to come back seems like wishful thinking at best. Still, this team has shown that they can succeed without him. Now, what if the Pelicans climb to 6 and get the relatively inexperienced Kings in the first round? Now, the Pelicans haven't met postseason expectations so far, yet they are still in the mix down the stretch of the season. Now, if this group has really regained its mojo from last spring It could throw a monkey wrench in the Western Conference, and they could be a real threat and make some serious noise this playoffs. Number 4, Kevin Durant's ankle. KD's ankle may be the most important body part of this NBA season. I mean, if he's fully healthy, the Suns are likely in a class of their own. Let's keep it real. The greatness Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul in a playoff series will be nearly impossible for any defense to deal with. KD, he didn't quite look like himself in his first game back after turning his ankle early March. He was only shooting 5 of 18, which was also his first home game in Phoenix. Even if he plays every night for the rest of the way, that's only 10 games actually played with the Suns. The question is that enough time to build the team chemistry for a title run, or can talent just win out? And most importantly, can his ankle handle the ramp up in minutes and the intensity that's coming in the playoff basketball games, especially when the team makes deep runs? How KD and the Suns perform will be kind of fascinating. It's impossible to deny this squad's top end talent. What remains completely unknown is whether a team that spent so little time together on the floor can actually win a championship. Number 5, the Lakers defense. Before the All-Star break, the Lakers had the 18th best defense in the NBA. Now since then, they are the 5th best. Now the trades they made around the trade deadline has actually worked out pretty well for them. Well, let me put it this way. The team is scoring more efficiently and defending better since they added D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt and Mo Bamba. And much of that improvement has come without LeBron James, who missed a month with a foot injury. The key to the Lakers' 2020 title run was their defense. Now that team wasn't particularly special offensively, especially in the half court. It's encouraging to see the Lakers return to the foundation that was the key to the team's success before they started messing up the roster with dumb trades and letting key pieces go. If the Lakers continue to defend at this level, they have more than a puncher's chance in any and every playoff season they play in. A top 5 defense is a championship caliber defense, and LeBron can seemingly grind out enough offense on his own in a slowed down, more methodical sense. And not even to mention Anthony Davis. I mean, that dude's just a monster who has been really fantastic when healthy this year. Defense was the Lakers' biggest question mark following the trade deadline, but so far, I mean, it's proven to be contender worthy. That's all, folks. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Until next time, peace.